Everyone thinks that they should become a hypnotist, but not everyone should. Hi, it's Penny, and I'm back to walk you through the traits that make someone exceptional at this work and the red flags that tell me that someone is not ready. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and let's just dive right into this. I think it's really important to understand what this work actually requires in order to become an effective hypnotist or practitioner of the art and skill of hypnotism. Most people get hung up on, I need to be charismatic, I need to have a hypnotist voice, need to speak or be a certain way. And that's actually secondary to being effective. What's primary is presence. It's about being attuned to the client that is in front of you. When you're attempting to be something that you're not, you come off awkward, and it will actually put clients in a place of unease. Another important thing is your own personal emotional regulation, which means that when a client opens up to you and shares with you what's really happening with them, that you can be present and you can hold that space without projecting or being triggered. People will reveal things to you that they've never revealed to a therapist or to a doctor. Why? Because you don't bill insurance and people don't have access to your records. So you have to be able to be in that space without getting into the energy of feeling like you should rescue them or that you have to be their savior in that situation. Another trait that's really required is discernment, and that is the ability to, when emotions do come up for you, to understand what is yours and what is your client's. Most people who get called into the profession of hypnotism or hypnotherapy are drawn because they're empathic. They feel, and they can feel other people, and they know that things can be better for others. And they come into this wanting to move people to a better state. It actually requires an understanding of ethics as well, knowing what is within your scope and what isn't. Now, I'm going to be quite frank with you. There are a lot of issues out there that have fancy names and they're listed in the DSM, but they're actually normal, everyday problems. Overthinking, worrying, not sleeping well. But in order for a therapist to help people work through these things, they have to give them names such as insomnia, ruminations, intrusive thoughts, and things like that in order to be able to bill for those issues. Now, there are clearly certain mental health conditions you should never work on, but you want to understand what that scope is, and you want to respect that scope and the approved language that you can use so that you're not misperceived as practicing therapy without a license. The other thing is being able to listen to what's not being said. And this comes from being able to be present and to observe people. So if you've achieved discernment and emotional regulation, and you can be present with that client without being in it with your client, you will begin to see things and you will notice what's not being said. Because you see, hypnotism and hypnotherapy isn't about giving suggestions. It's about being trusted with someone's inner world. Because whether it's our intention or not, when a client is in a hypnotic state, and even in the moments before and after, whether it's our intention or not, the things we say and do can influence them at the level of their identity. Now, becoming a hypnotist is perfect for people who have worked in any professional capacity. You've worked in a dynamic with other people. You know what it is to have communication, know what teamwork is, and those types of experiences. Coaches, nurses, teachers, healthcare professionals, therapists, anyone in that area is great with hypnosis because you deal with people. nurses and healthcare providers especially, you have a whole other layer of education, knowledge, and expertise that will assist clients who are dealing with physical issues that are influenced by stress, worry, and emotional issues. If you're someone who values lifelong learning, deep personal development, and you're really good at listening, observing, and getting into deep thinking, hypnotism is perfect for you. If you're ready to step in and lead people without being in your ego, and what do I mean by that? I mean, not leading by, I'm the hypnotist, I fix people, but to lead with, like, yes, I can help you through hypnotism and everything that I've learned. I believe I can lead you through this place. That's truth and honesty. That's not ego. Another way the ego comes in is when, and I've had people reach out to me and ask me questions about this. They've interacted with people that when they went in and said, this is what I'm experiencing, and the person just invalidates everything they said. And it's like, no, you just need to cut more calories and exercise more, when the individual was already eating below the minimum caloric threshold. Because I went through everything with this person and I said, you're not losing weight. The emotional issues could play a role, but I bet you if you got your doctor to run your leptin levels are messed up because you've been starving yourself for so long. You'll never lose weight as long as your body thinks you're starving. We can't assume. So if you can lead someone without presuming and assuming to know what the problem is, then this is a really good place for you, because people want people who will listen to them, who will help them, who will lead them. But we don't have to get into the complex of being a fixer or a savior. As a matter of fact, if you're in that savior complex, that you need to go out and rescue people, that they don't have to suffer, they just need to think different, look different, be different. If you're carrying that energy, the space isn't for you, because you're going to have blind spots and you're going to miss things right in front of you that would help the client shift. You can have significant negative impacts on people when you're coming into it with that type of energy. This is not the place for people to push an agenda. This is not the place to control. This is not the place to heal others because you think you've healed everything and people need to be more like you. If you're drawn to power, if you think that swaying people's opinions will fix things, you're not going to be happy here, because you're going to find that people are dissatisfied with the work that you do, and it will be difficult. And if you're not open to unlearning everything that you thought you knew about how people operate, and even yourself, if you're not interested in that and becoming someone who's into the nuance that can't be defined in black and white, you probably won't enjoy it. Because this work isn't about fixing people, it's about helping them remember who they truly are. And we do that by helping them align with the beliefs that they want, align with the habits and behaviors that they want, not what we think they need. And if you want to do that ethically, skillfully, and with clarity, not just for them, but for yourself as well, then maybe it's time. Maybe hypnosis is calling you, because the truth is, hypnosis doesn't require you to be perfect, but it does ask you to be honest. Honest with who you are, honest with how you show up, and honest about the impact that you're here to make. I'll see you in the next video.